Flex Your Elements said, "Welcome back everyone to E6E. Today I am joined by Jeff and all his mooseness, and we're going to be summoning a spirit and hopefully finishing a chapter or two. How are you today, Mr. Jeff?"
Are you seriously asking the moose? I've been replaced by a moose.
Also the real MVP, Mr. God, how is thou on this amazing today?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Been doing things and stuff. You know how it goes. Ah. Bet she does. Bet she replaces. Where am I going here? Multi-book. Oh, I don't know. Ashaki, AKASHIC space Tome, TOME. Just put on a, I just put on a crap load of uranium because the new thing is burning uranium like a mother trucker. No, it is not. It's to make yellow cake uranium, you have to turn it. You have to turn uranium into it, and it's quite literally burning through. I've put an autocraft recipe on it, and so it's generating its own just from what's in the system, but it's quite slow. So I've been like giving it boosts, and it's quite literally burning. It's quite literally burning 512 uranium within like a very short amount of time. Like 1,000. I literally asked it to make 512 uranium cake, yellow cake uranium, and I've done that twice and it's run out. So it's burning through a crap ton. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take the pattern out and I'm going to redo the pattern. I don't know if you know that you can do this. You can actually modify a pattern. So like normally a pattern does like 1 to 2 items or whatever. What you can do is you can actually say 1 item or like 32 is 1 stack. So instead of it doing 1 bar at a time, it will always do 32 bars at a time. So whenever it pulls it in, it will just do multiple. It should help it keep up because it will do, instead of crafting it constantly. Mm. You're going to show my thing, or are you showing all your stuff first? Showing your stuff. There's probably a better way of doing it, I'm going to be honest. I just don't know what it is. I can't remember. There was another ritual or another recipe that I had to do that. I had to babysit it. It had to be very, there was a very small tolerance. It had to be like between 1600 and 1700 or something stupid. It was a nightmare. I only had to do a very small amount of them and it was still paying. can come and explain a little bit if you like. I would. Give me a second. Right, so this setup is all to make one thing, which is this right at the end. Fission fuel, which is a gas, which apparently we are maxed out on. Interesting, didn't know that that was going to happen so quickly. Gonna have to deal with that. The long story short, it's all a mix of chemicals. So some of these ones at the start are just kind of intro ones. Electrolytic separator to create hydrogen and oxygen. The only thing we're using is actually oxygen. That one is making water vapor, and the middle one is making sulfur dioxide, which is made from sulfur. They all go into like holding tanks, which allows them to kind of like back up as a reserve option. This one then infuses oxygen with the sulfur dioxide to create sulfur trioxide. Trioxide then goes into this machine with water vapor, which then produces now I can't remember, it is sulfur dioxide? No, dioxide? I can't remember. It makes some stuff. Sulfuric acid, yeah. That makes sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid with fluorite turns into whatever the hell that is. And then that mixes with yellow cake uranium in an oxidizer, which produces uranium oxide. Uranium oxide then makes uranium hexafluoride, and then that in an isotopic centrifuge turns into fission fuel. Fission fuel is what we actually need for our fission reactor. Now, we did some quick math and we worked out that it was something crazy like 1,000 buckets in a day or something along those lines. So we need a decent stockpile of this stuff. This system is all backlogging right now, so yeah, that's one tank. It's only 1,000. Yeah, potentially. We can upgrade this tank to the next one up. We need atomic alloy to upgrade it, but that tank would become 8 days potentially. The only problem is we need atomic alloy, and atomic alloy can only be made when you have the nuclear plutonium and stuff, which we can only get from the fission reactor. So we cannot upgrade this until we at least run the fission reactor for a certain amount of time, and then we can upgrade all of these tanks to give a bit of amount. But they've only just started to backlog this. The uranium hexafluoride is 3/4 of the, or 2/3 full right now. All these pipes will backlog as well. All of these tanks will backlog. Once all these are done, then it'll be quite a lot. But yeah, apparently that's good for Shadow Steel, which we will need because we'll need it to make the to those things, the alloys. But yeah, that's kind of the process. I started off making it last night, and I started using XNet. I came across some problems. Some machines just didn't want to output into the XNet system for some weird reason. Maybe it was something I was doing wrong. It was late. I was tired. But Tina made me stay on and do it. Such a slave driver. No proof. You got no proof. Yeah. I told you not to do that. To be fair, you didn't even listen. Could be anybody. Could be anybody. Yeah, it could be anybody. Could be anybody. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're at. That's all being fed directly off the generator right now. So we don't really know how much power this is actually, that whole system is using, because it's, yeah. I should really hook it up directly to the generator. The problem is, to do that, I need to run a cable all the way from here rather than all the way from there, and I just don't know if I can do all that. Right now, it's good. As it produces enough of whatever material it needs and it starts backlogging stuff, it won't use as much power. Like right now, the oxygen is completely maxed out, and what we're waiting for over here is sulfur dioxide. So, cannot speed that up. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've used that item before, but it's been a long time, and I can't remember how good it is. Can't remember our requirements or anything. So she is rolling on her own right now. I do not think you're going to fuck it all up. That is not true at all. I've been really trying to get her to do like some automation stuff with me, like, because it generally is always me that does the automation, and I've been trying to get her to do stuff, and she just doesn't want to do it. Like, what can I say? What can I say? Seems like a likely excuse. Gamers don't work. What are you talking about? Yeah, so we've got to wait and see. There's several things that's on our like to-do list to try and do. Mrs. Crazy over there wants us to start working on a few specific achievement-based things that require some prep that it's kind of pointless to do, I'm going to be honest, but she wants to do them. I can't really argue. It's very much a case of set it up once and forget about it for a while, so it's not really gonna. I could set the whole system up that she wants within probably like 10 minutes or less, and then after that I can just forget about it for a while. So that's yes, yes indeed. I have had to make some upgrades on some of the machines because they were running too slow. Like the auto crafting machines, I didn't want to go too fast. I actually went a bit over the top on this enriching machine. I made it, I turned it into the elite version, and we frankly don't need it to be that high. But I suppose it's not a bad thing being higher, but I do need to make a stack upgrade for that machine. In fact, I need to make 2 of them. because that ain't enough. It's too slow. It's like the symbol doesn't matter. It's just a place shot be done no matter. Oh, no need to cycle hill be. What? Is this an automatic chalk? Are you doing things without me? Of course I am. It requires me to pay attention. Oh yeah, we're kind of screwed. What? Why? What? We're out of sulfur. Jesus Christ. That okay. For some context, we had 12, 13k of sulfur. We've now got none. This was only made like an hour ago. Yeah, I know. I remember what you said. Yeah. Kind of have to. Um, Bad news is we need. I need sulfur to be able to make it. I mean, yes and no. Sulfur? Enchanted ash. Where, I don't even know where you are. Why are you giving it to me? Yes. So you. No, I knew that you can pick it up. I knew you could pick it up. If you're going to place it anywhere, place it somewhere like here, like in this room, because we're going to potentially need to connect it to the system. So you just put that item in there, yeah. It's got a durability of 400. Um, you go. You can apparently put mending and unbreaking on that thing, which is what I would definitely do. Mm. I don't know. Look it up in the book. Look it up in the book. We got an issue. You said to use the alchemy table to make sulfur dust. It's all well and good, but if you use something to pipe into it, it just sucks out the lava and the cobblestone and leaves the sulfur in there. The sulfur is what I want out. I mean, it's not even drawing the sulfur out, like with the pipe. There's no point in filtering it if the sulfur doesn't come out. I could use a pipe to filter it, but it won't. If it's not pulling the sulfur out, what's the point? Maybe it has to be pulled out from the front? Nope. Oh, fun fact, you also can't put more than one stack of cobblestone at a time, otherwise it overloads, and it just doesn't work. This is no bueno. Pretty sure it breaks it completely. Yeah, like vanishes. I don't believe we can in this pack. There's some mods like that have like, if you remember, like we had the lava repairer and stuff. If there's something like that, then potentially it could be automated because you could set some kind of fancy thing to pull the item out of it if it when it gets to a certain durability in some way, and then put it back, or even if you just did it as a timer, like pull out this item on a timer, something like that. But yeah, I don't think there is. I thought I could be wrong, but I'm sure that there was a upgraded version of that mining thing. There is. So there's a 1000. So the one that you got is the lowest level. There is a 1000 one. No, there is. I'm looking at it. But that one that you've got is the 1K one. Let's have a look at them. I'm trying. However, a weak spirit is slow and runs out of energy fairly quickly. That one's stronger. Takes me less time than the strongest spirit travel with backward forwards dimension. It can bring back more shit. Durability is mine has been altered in this pack. You may not see this charge until the miner loses its first point of durability. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is all about getting Elsium, Ecium, or whatever, right? You do not want to do that. So my pickaxe has got Nature's Aura repair on it, and it uses a lot. I thought I would try it because I don't use my pickaxe that much, and we didn't have, I just couldn't be bothered to go and get mending. We had a book for it, so I was like, oh, I'll just throw it on there and try it. And I've made an arcane cache, and if I do if you can't even see the black bit on the pickaxe, where the durability loses, if you can't even see that on the bar, it will use like 2 caches worth of aura. It uses a lot. And like right where we are, we're like only just over half of the aura. And it's not it doesn't regenerate passively in here. It has to be over a certain limit. But it does use a lot. The only thing I said, the only thing that would make any sense is you I mean, it says you can put mending on it. Does mending not like give it some stuff? I don't know. Mm. Just having a look, see if there might be another way of getting it. Like maybe not. You might not be able to get the ore, but maybe you can get the dust or the bars or one of the other chunks or something. I mean, there's dirty ore, which comes from clump. Clump comes from shard of oxygen. Shard comes from a crystal. And that comes from clean slurry. Clean slurry comes from water and dirty slurry. And dirty slurry is sulfuric acid and ecium. So, yeah, not really. It's the only other way I see. I mean, either using the Starlight Infuser or using the alchemy table seems to be the best 2 methods of getting multiple from it. I'm Googling. It does seem like that's like the only method, unless there's some way of limiting the miner. Maybe there's some weird way of like limiting the miner to what ores you want, and it will only get you that one ore. It really doesn't seem like there's a better way. It's also really expensive to make them. Spirit attuned crystals, Godforged block, and you're using Ecium to make it when you need Ecium. Well, we need sulfur, and the only other way I can think of to get sulfur is blaze honeycombs. We get a decent amount of sulfur out of the blaze chunks, blaze stuff, but it's mine if you want to use mine. Why? It consumes it. What kind of bullshit is that? It uses the master rule to make shadow steel. I mean, it's not hard to make shadow steel normally. It's just chromatic compound, which we have all the ingredients to make, and then you just drop it into the void, and it jumps back up, and you have them. So you could do them stacks at a time. We're fairly good on fluorite. We're good on uranium now. Sulfur is like our Achilles heel. The sulfur is literally, it's like the beginning ingredient that everything is made. What? I wonder, do you reckon I should build the fission reactor? Guess I'm doing that. Where am I building it, do you think? It doesn't have to be crazy far away, it just doesn't want to be here. Like, because if we do irradiate the base, then we'll regret it. I'm going to be honest, somewhere where there's easy access to water, a lot of water will be a good idea. Because it's going to have to be fed water. So instead of using ender tanks to feed it, we could make it by the coast somewhere and actually just pump the water directly from the ocean. We could like hook up 5 pumps and just get it all going for the water intake. Either that, or you make the sink, which we can probably do now, to be fair. Probably just make the sink. I guess the sink would be a better option. Right, where am I building it? Pick a spot, any spot. Well, I said we don't need to build it that far away, I don't think. But unless you want to, what about the island? There's a little island to the west of river entrance. We could clear that island off. Clear the island off and flatten it and make it a. This is our dangerous area. What do you think? Good chat. She's so slow, guys. So slow. And it's like 1,000, 2,000 blocks away from our base, so there's no chance of it messing with us. I'm just going to point out, I said that so far ago. You're complaining about me calling you slow, and it took you like 2 minutes to do that, to say that. Get wrecked. Could be enough space, really. I don't know. I was gonna like completely level this island. I'm not sure there's a reason to. It's actually quite a big island. Oh, got a waste in it. Wow. What? I don't have enough. I need to come back to the base anyway. I don't actually have enough. I thought it was only one controller summon, but it's 5. Probably yes. Making some. Making sure I've got enough ingredients for this. Basement. Nice. You can't. Because the transposer that you've put is got bedrock directly on top of it. I can't stand on top of it. You don't have a lot of choice. It kicked you out. Is this below bedrock in a nether? Oh, it's on the ceiling? Ah. Oh, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. Five by five. Mine tool. I made the controller for it. You just have to build the multi-block. Where, when? Ages ago. The controller for it's in the system. It is. The Wicked controller was made in Magic Apprentice chapter. Dude, I don't know. Like, there's loads of places. I mean, if you don't think it's going to be used like a crap ton, then like put it upstairs. I guess I don't know. So I've got assembler, assembler. Okay. What? I mean, it's just you. It'll be in your client. You can just go into it and grab them. It's a copy. It'll be a copy paste gadget thing where it gives you the plan and you can just yeah. A little bit. I could, but do you want me to build it or do you want? I mean, you can do it. So I'll send you the link. So that's where my multi MC is installed. So if you go there, you can just go to the I guess read the README, and it tells you what you need, and then find the recipe that it works for. I guess I don't know which one it's for. Mastering machinery. It's under the mastering machinery category. I mean, if you're asking me how to use the copy and paste gadget, I don't know. Read the README. I don't know. I've never done it. Like the README tells you. I don't actually know. So unless you want me to learn and then teach you how to do it. Cool. The reactor's built. If you want to come and check it out, it's not full of product yet, but it's built. There is a waystone. There's a waystone. Fission. So this is all in one chunk, which is obviously what needs to be. Yeah, the actual reactor can. So it's safe. You can if you right click on one of the interface, you can see it: status disabled, burn rate, heat rate, its current temperature, and damage. The damage does repair itself, I believe, but if you, yeah, you can turn it on. It's got no fuel or anything, so it won't do anything. It won't. You can't hurt it. It's got nothing to burn. It's got no fuel to burn. But this is so. This over here, look. This over here is basically a safety switch. Now, when I've done this before, I made this exact same safety switch, and I think I messed it up. It was exactly the same as this, but long story short, there's two logic adapters. You can see one there inside. That logic adapter has to be set to a specific thing, and there's a redstone mode, and I don't think I had the redstone mode on. So if you click this bottom adapter, you can see that it's selected high temperature. So it says redstone mode, high temperature. And what happens is if you turn if you turn the reactor on, you can do it. Turn the reactor on, right? And you'll notice it says active. If I put so this is mimicking a redstone signal. So if a redstone signal does that, that pushes up, triggers the observer, and now if you look at the reactor's turned on. So yeah, so that's the purpose of that. Is if the temperature gets too hot, it basically turns it off. It's not like a guarantee it's going to work type of thing. Like they even say disclaimer, doesn't necessarily always work. But there's a whole wiki devoted to this thing, and it definitely needs to be looked at before we like fully start it and get it going. But yeah. There is things and stuff. Yeah, so this thing essentially produces steam. So when it's going, it will burn fission material. It will cook the water essentially, and it will produce heated coolant, so steam. And you can do a few things with that. You can either vent the steam, like just void it, or you can build a turbine, which is what produces the power. So you build a turbine to use the steam. It's also got the waste. There's like a waste thing, which I haven't done yet. Yeah, there's industrial turbine, the radioactive waste barrels. You still recording? So I'll read this description. Burning fissile fuel naturally creates waste. Proper handling and storage of this waste is critical. Waste may only be transported via mechanisms, pressured tubes, and can only be stored in radioactive waste barrels or machines that accept waste for reprocessing. Furthermore, breaking or picking up any machine or waste barrel containing waste will automatically dump radiation into the environment. So some care must be taken to avoid incidents. Lastly, waste storage in such barrels will slowly and safely dissipate, so if the intent is to process it further, the safest course of action is to simply pipe it straight into machine. So you have to essentially create that and then process it, and you have to have a reaction chamber and an isotopic centrifuge to get plutonium pellets, and there's a second thing that you can do that produces the other stuff. But yeah, so essentially you have to make a few more machines to handle the waste to process it into the stuff that you actually want. Because nuclear waste on its own doesn't give you plutonium. You have to run it through a centrifuge. Yeah, this is that machine is like a whole thing. It's slightly concerning, that machine. It's more on the technical side of things. But we'll worry about that another day. We can't really run it until we've got enough fuel to do so. Did you want me to set up the incense altar? Why, fair maiden? What trouble are you in? Right. Yeah, so I've seen the water thing. I watched a video and the guy did it. Coming from these. These are waterlogged. just have to just take off the top layer and put blocks on it to get them out. What do you mean? I don't got 'em. Why did you take it away? What, like right there? You can put the items back now on it all. Here, 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 here. And then the dude here. Well, there, but yeah. Okay. In the system. I don't know. Says it's an invalid machine. I would assume that the controller would go here at the front. I'll let you deal with that. Yes, give me a sec. Alright. Oh, you've even decorated it. Good job. Have you tried to move it? And it don't work. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, good job. Fancy. Yep. All people problem. Yeah, no, go for it. I would ask that you don't come and look at what I'm doing until it's finished, but it's your choice. You want to go and mine some more ECM or something? That'd be handy.
Flexual Elements said, "Thanks for watching everyone. Sorry this was 2 hours, but we hope you enjoyed and we'll catch you in the Flex One. Show us out, Mr. God."
Bye, everybody. I know you hate us. I hate myself. There's Jeff.